Hi everyone, we've got a super important topic today.
Yeah.
AI SEO.
The question we're answering is, how do you optimize SEO in an environment with AI, where AI agents are guiding Google results to your content or maybe not your content? So we have a couple ways that we're going to talk through with Connor, and we're going to just do like a case study as if you're an HVAC company. Right? So I'm going to ask Connor. Connor will be the HVA, kind of the consultant. I'll be the HVAC company. Does that make sense?
Sounds great.
Okay. So before, someone would do a search and they would be like, HVAC in my area.
Yeah.
They're not doing that anymore. What are they doing?
They're going to OpenAI, they're going to Gemini.
Yes.
They're just going to Google and searching, but the Google search is no longer just the SEO. It's sending agents out into the world to go and find HVAC companies in your area.
Yes, and they're asking questions though, right? They're going into the search and they're saying, "Oh, I need an HVAC to come install something for me in my back house."
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So, what is the first thing we're talking about? Answers first. What's an answer first approach to this?
You're really putting that content the agent's looking for really accessible and easy to find on your site.
Right.
Which means when an AI agent comes in from the web to look across your site to find the answer of what HVAC company near me is a good deal, it can do this type of work, your answers are all over your site right up front.
Specific answers, right?
Yes.
Like we've done HVACs in back houses.
Yep, we've done it in garage.
Yeah.
We've done additional ADU units.
Yes.
You're putting all of your services in a way that the AI agent can just go and read and go, okay, this company can do this, this, and this. They're great at doing this. The customer testimonials say this. It's kind of grading you in a way.
Yeah.
And you want to get a good grade so that when it comes back to the user to give them that recommendation for HVAC in your area, you're one of the top number 1 or 2 that it found. And it's saying, hey, this person is the best I've found across all of these different sites.
Right.
They're transparent. They put their great customer reviews. They can do the thing you asked for. They do ADUs. So it's really that content answer focused, content on your site.
Before, you would just litter your site with keywords.
Yes.
ADU, back house. Now you want those keywords, right, to be very specific. Maybe a case study. Here's 10 ADUs where we installed HVAC. Look what we learned.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe some photos.
Some
that's
right.
Testimonials.
That's right. And so it's more of a natural language approach rather than the search words. What about this kind of like, you've been saying this a lot too as we talk about this, like, this is not, you don't want to have AI generate a page for you that is talking about your HVAC company. You want your content to come specifically from your company's experience and voice, right?
Right, because when it looks at that site, if it finds just another generic HVAC company, it's going to put you in the group of the other 40 that are all the same, telling you, hey, I can do this thing. And then you're not going to get filtered out to the top where it recommends 1 or 2.
Yeah, and for years and years, marketing companies have generated content for their customers, and they're just these generic blogs, right? So if you're a company, again, we're talking about the HVAC model, and your marketing company has created a generic blog for you called Backhouse or ADU, that needs to change.
Yeah, it needs to be very specific. It needs to be content. The next thing we're going to talk about is content density.
Yes.
So before, you'd have to cater to, maybe a normal person coming to your site. You'd want to put not too much in front of them, make it real simple and easy. You got to balance this between now the agents that are coming into your site.
Yes.
You need more density. So
this is what?
Density of content.
And facts.
Yeah, and facts so that it can find those answers about that ADU you can do, about your timeline of when you'd respond and how quickly you get this done, and maybe even a reference of pricing estimate.
Yeah.
If you can't, if your industry permits kind of an estimate like that, that's all answers. It's going to come back, grade your kind of site and your content, and go back to the user and say, hey, of the 45 sites I looked at in your area, this one has all the answers. They can do your thing. Here's an estimate price. It really wants to give that great answer back to the customer.
Right.
That's asking the question.
In the browser. So I'm going to pick on 2 points you just said, which I think are really good. So first off, it is, before the intent was to have the search drive the potential client to your website. Mm-hmm. But as you're indicating, with AI, they're getting the answer in the AI. Mm-hmm. So when you were saying you drive someone to the website and the website just has sort of generic information, maybe you had that generic blog that your marketing company set up for you. Now you want this to be factually dense with actual experiences, because like you're talking about grading it, they're going to get the answer from the AI. The AI is going to grade you based on all the other HVAC companies, and as specific as you can be, you'll be graded higher.
Yes, 100%.
So you want your HVAC company, you talked about like specific details. Should they put pricing there?
I mean, if they can do an estimate or a range of pricing, I think obviously most people know it depends on the specific situation. It depends on what they're kind of asking for or doing. But if you put enough pricing that the AI can kind of gather what this might cost the customer, it loves giving those answers back to the customer. Mm-hmm. And so, if you can kind of give it enough to go on, where it's not kind of reviewing maybe your exact pricing or what you charge, but enough for them to kind of get an answer out of it, that's just something it's looking for.
It's got to be pretty daunting, Connor, if you've built your website out and your website is just blocks of generic blogs and text that a marketing company has created. Unfortunately, that's the old model. Yeah. Right? And you will have to update your content to
cater to these AI agents.
Because
I know for me, if I'm looking for something,
yes,
I'm not going and looking on 5 separate websites.
Right.
Like we'll do a test right now. We might cut this, but we'll do a test. I'm gonna go to Gemini, and I think a great thing we could do is just do this thing we were asking for.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Gemini and say.
Wait, I'll give you the search. I'll give you the search. So what I would say, I love this idea. Let's go to Gemini and let's ask Gemini this question. Architecture company headquartered in Irvine. We need help with managing IT.
Yeah.
So you're an architecture company, and you are just like, hey, we need help managing IT. Let's see what the AI will kind of spit out.
Okay, so I've got an architecture company. We just started 6 months ago. We've got about 20 employees, and we're looking for some IT help in Irvine. Can you try and give us maybe 3 to 5 top IT companies in the area? So we'll see kind of what it's thinking. So it's going to go search the web.
Congratulations on launching your company.
Congratulations on launching your company. That's a fantastic growth. So it's really kind of, the word is glazing here. This is
you're gonna have to stomach the glazing. You're so great, Connor. You're a wonderful architect.
I could never do that.
Yeah.
So here are some IT companies highly rated in the Irvine sector.
And who's number 1, Connor?
It's Right Click.
Yes. Okay.
Now I didn't preload that.
Yes.
I didn't do any pre-prompting to pick us. Why they fit, incredibly unique. They specialize in architecture, so we have a lot of content on our site around architecture and IT supporting that industry.
We have case studies that point to the specific work we have done with architectural firms, where we talk from our experience and we kind of just and give specific solutions we've provided.
Yeah. Now, the second one is another company, and the reason why they got kind of filter out amongst all the other IT companies is they're located nearby, right? So it's looking at location-wise. It's saying that they have a highly transparent pricing model. Mm-hmm. So they've got pricing right on the site, so it's very easy for this AI to come back to the user with some pricing. They also have a highly rated business in terms of, reviews, and they don't lock into multi-year agreements, so it's really looking for the answer for the customer. And in this case, a lot of different factors go into looking for an IT company. Ours, because we have specific case studies about that industry, has filtered us to the top.
That's right. And so that's an example of, we've been going through this process at Right Click, right? And it is daunting if you have, and most companies have just generated generic content from a marketing firm or for some other source that is not differentiating you. And it's daunting to think, oh gosh, I have to redo all my content. We're at the top of the search for architecture. We've done this for other industries as well. Connor, does that mean that you and me and Beju and Jim have just been sitting at the typewriter, like writing up a report as if we have like an essay due in school?
No, I mean, it's really taking it one step at a time.
Yeah.
Really converting that site from the older style, client-focused, person-focused content to being content dense, factually relevant, personal experiences. We've been working through this, and it's not like an overnight thing.
How did we do it though, Connor? Did we sit at our typewriters just typing?
No, I mean, we've used the AI tools to kind of drive this and help us along.
We've also, sorry, I was trying to softball this question. I don't think it's easier. We've also just, from experience, something other businesses can do, we've just had conversations. Everyone knows how to do it. It's easier to talk about the solutions you provided than to sit there and type the solutions we've provided. So Connor and I talk, Connor talks with Jim, I talk with Beju. We have these conversations. We focus on specific answers that we've provided for specific industries. We have a 10-minute conversation, a 5-minute conversation. We turn that into a blog. We put that blog on our website, and we're answering specific questions, and that's what gears the search to find us.
Yeah.
So if you're daunted by having to rewrite everything, make videos, have a conversation. It's a lot easier to talk.
Transcribe those videos.
Right, transcribe them.
And turn that into content on the site.
Right, it's a lot easier to do it, I think, that way than to sit there and
type.
Yeah, as if you have an essay.
If you guys need help, reach out to us.
Yeah.
I mean, we've converted our site to be more agent friendly,
yes.
AI SEO friendly.
Yes.
We'd love to help you out with your site as well.
We can also help, on that note, Connor, with these conversations. So if you want to use us to have a conversation about your specific solutions, so you could have video, you could have blogs, talk to us. We're happy to help.
Yep. Have a great week.
See ya.